Are you a control freak? If you are, if you're watching this, you probably are. I'm a control freak as well. And on today's IGTV episode, I want to talk about one message for all of us control freaks. And here's the message. It's not about letting go. It really, so this control freak nature comes from so many things. I'm not even going to go the route of psychology and explain why we are control freaks. What I will say about controlling is this. A lot of control freak tendencies come because there was a time or a season in our lives where we felt like we had no control, we had no say. And so our coping mechanism suddenly became this voracious need to control anything and everything that we can, to plan, to systematize, to play out the best, base, and worst case scenario, to decide in advance how we're going to handle this, to surround ourselves with people who either we can control or even if they got out of control, we can predict their behavior so we already know how we're going to respond. Sound familiar? Yeah. So what I want to say, and here's my message to all of us control freaks, so often we hear the advice, just learn to let go, learn to let go, learn to surrender. You know, one of my favorite books right here, Marianne Williamson, A Return to Love. And she talks a lot about surrender in this book. And the problem for us control freaks is that we've learned through life that surrendering has really kicked us in the ass in the end. And so we control to avoid the pains of life. And so I'm going to give all the control freaks out there one message that I think is going to help you put this whole idea of surrendering and letting go in proper perspective, in a perspective that you can actually take in and say, I could do that. I could do that. And here's the message. It's not about letting go. It's about trusting that everything is always working out for you, even the shitty things. Let me say that again. It is not about letting go. It's about, no matter how little or how much you control, it's about really believing that no matter what happens, A, you can trust the process of life because it's always for you. And B, you can trust your ability to handle whatever comes. And there will be shit that comes. There will be bad stuff that happens. It's part of the human experience. And so I think when, as control freaks, we can kind of say, okay, I don't have to surrender all of my control or my perceived control, because, control is an illusion. But what I can say as I'm frantically controlling is, even if this doesn't work out, it's still for me. Even if things go wrong, everything is happening for me. Even if I don't get it all right, even if this just blows up in my face, there's always something in this for me. And with that, I can release a little bit of control at a time. I can try to be less controlling about everything. I can sort of take a little bit of ease in my control, even if I'm not completely relinquishing control. And I can say, you know what? I'm going to do my best. And if it all blows up, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And that's the difference between somebody telling you, just let it go, just flow with life, and somebody saying, you know what? You can be a control freak. But be a control freak and understand that everything that happens, good, bad, or in the middle, is for you. And that's my message. It's not about letting go. It's about trusting and believing that everything that happens, good, bad, or ugly, is actually for you.